start chapter number 18, that is blood circulatory system, body fluids and circulation. The circulatory system you can see in different type of organism. They are of two types. First is the open circulatory system and other is closed circulatory system. In case of arthropods, mollusca, etc., open type of circulatory system is present. That means the blood is pumped by the heart, move through the vessels and it will enter into the body cavity, sinus, not in the closed system. Blood is not moving in the closed system, then it will be known as open type of circulatory system. Whereas in human being and other mammals, other organisms, fishes, etc., fishes, amphibians, blood circulatory system is closed type. That means a network of closed system, that is heart, different types of vessels, blood will move inside that only. It will not come in the body cavity, not in open area. That's why it will be known as closed type of circulatory system. Now circulatory system in human being, it is of two parts. It can be divided into two parts, that is blood circulatory system and lymphatic system. Blood circulatory system consists of the blood or the fluid which is moving in the blood circulatory system, the blood vessels, that is arteries, veins, blood capillaries, and the pumping organ, that is heart. Whereas lymphatic system consists of the lymph, that is blood-like fluid, then lymph vessel in which that will move. Lymph vessels has at a regular interval nodes, swelling like structure, nodes are present, as well as the lymphocytes. So the lymphocytes are the cells which are present in the lymph, that fluid. They are responsible for the immunity power. They destroy the whatever the foreign material will come in the body, that will be destroyed by the lymphocyte. These are of two types, B and T. Then lymph vessel is a tube-like structure and in which the lymph will move, transported from one place to other, and lymph nodes are the swellings like structure present at regular interval inside the blood vessel, that lymph vessels, and at this position only the microbes and other things will be catched and they will be destroyed by the lymphocytes. So that is known as lymphatic system. Now this lymphatic system is one-way circulation. That means when the fluid or the something will be leak out from the blood, that is heart, veins, artery, etc., and they will come out of the tissue, out of the cell. So that will be known as the interstitial fluid, and which will make the lymph. This lymph will move through this lymph vessel and pass through the lymph nodes, and finally it will enter into, it will leads to the veins. It will be given to the veins and finally it will come in the heart for the purification. So lymphatic system also helps in the process of this circulation. Now this blood circulatory system consists of blood, blood vessels, heart. Now we will start with one by one. Blood is the fluid which is red in color, moving in whole body, and that consists of two parts, plasma as well as the cells present in the plasma. Plasma is the fluid-like structure. It consists of about 55% of water, 55%, and cells will constitute about 45% of total blood. Now this plasma consists of 95% of water, 6 to 8% of protein and some minerals, bicarbonates, etc. Now this proteins are of three types, that is fibrinogen, albumin and globulin. Fibrinogen is responsible, necessary for clotting of the blood. Globulin helps in the process of defense mechanism, whereas albumin also helps in different activity of the cell, that is it will maintain the osmotic balance of the body. So in this way these proteins are required. Now cells are of three types. The cellular part, that is about 45% of the total blood. It is of three types: erythrocyte, leukocyte and thrombocyte. Erythrocyte is also known as RBC or red blood corpuscle. It is about 5 to 5.5 million in the the healthy person, whereas the lifespan of this erythrocyte is about 120 days and it contains the pigments, red pigments, that is known as hemoglobin. The shape is, it is biconcave in shape, sometimes spherical, and no nucleus is there. It will the lifespan, it will complete its lifespan about 120 days and then it will be destroyed. Now leukocytes are the white blood cells and these are about 6,000 to 8,000 mm/cube, and that we will discuss. It is of two types, that is granular as well as agranular type. Then this thrombocytes is about, the amount is 1,50,000 to 3,50,000, and the functions, all these things will discuss through the slide.
Slide is showing the type of circulatory system, that is open circulatory system as well as closed circulatory system. In open circulatory system, the pumping organ, that is heart, will send the blood into these vessels, and through these vessels that hemolymph or the blood will come in the body cavity around the organs. So it will move in the, not move in the closed system, whereas in closed circulatory system the blood will move from heart to the blood vessels and it will not come in the body cavity, it will move in closed system only. That is why it is known as closed circulatory system. For example, annelids and other groups of organism. And the example of open circulatory system is the different types of insects, etc. This is the structure of heart, that is the pumping organ, and the circulatory system consists of three things, that is the pumping organ, then blood vessels, that is arteries, veins, capillaries, etc., and the blood or the substance which is moving in this from pumping organ to different parts of the body. There are two types of circulatory system, that is blood circulatory system as well as lymphatic system, that we will see in the next slide. The lymphatic system is the part of circulatory system which is one way. In blood circulatory system it is two way. Lymphatic system consists of the lymph vessels, the lymph which is moving inside, and it will move from body parts towards the heart. The intercellular space containing the interstitial fluid which will move through the blood lymph capillaries, then it will enter into the large lymph vessels. These lymph vessels have the lymph nodes at regular interval, and that lymph nodes are capturing the foreign bodies which are coming through this blood lymph. Now the lymph is the material or the fluid which is moving inside the lymph vessels. The lymph vessels will unite and it will enter into the veins and pour its fluid or the lymph into this veins. These veins will collect all these lymph and it will move in the heart for their purification. The lymphatic vessels have the lymph nodes, and this lymph has the cells that is known as lymphocytes. These lymphocytes are equivalent to the WBC and they destroy the foreign material and provide immunity to the body. So the parts of lymphatic system is lymph vessels along with the lymph nodes, then lymphocytes, and they are one way. That means they are moving from body parts toward the heart, whereas blood circulatory system move in the both direction, that is from heart to body parts and body parts to heart. Blood circulatory system has the pumping organ, blood vessels and the blood. Now this blood composed of two main things, that is the plasma which is liquid like portion, fluid like portion, and this plasma contains different types of cells, that is WBC, then RBC and platelets. WBC provides us immunity power, red blood cells having the hemoglobin, that is the pigment, and it will carry oxygen and some amount of CO2 also. And these platelets are the proteins, specialized proteins which constitute about 4%, and these are involved in the process of blood clotting. Out of total blood, the blood cells constitute about 45%, whereas plasma 55%. Now these are the red blood cells, the structure of red blood cells. These are biconcave structure without nucleus. They have large surface area and they contain a specialized pigment, that is hemoglobin, which is responsible for carrying the oxygen and by making oxyhemoglobin. The lifespan of these RBCs are 120 days. They originate in the bone marrow and destroyed in the spleen. That is why spleen is also known as graveyard of the RBC. The function of these RBC is to carry oxygen from lungs to the different body parts, and carbon dioxide is carried from the body back to the lungs for the purification. These RBC transport oxygen, and the oxygen is carried by the hemoglobin in the form of oxyhemoglobin. So, we can see here three types of blood cells, that is RBC, which is also known as erythrocytes. It helps in movement of exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Second type of blood cells are WBC or white blood cells, which is also known as leukocytes, and these are mainly of two types, that is granulocytes and agranulocytes. Under granulocytes, it is of three types: neutrophil, eosinophil and basophil. These neutrophil helps in the phagocytosis process, eosinophil fights against the parasitic infection, whereas basophils produces inflammatory and allergic reactions. Agranulocytes, that is lymphocyte and monocyte, these are the large cells and they produces a specific immune response, and the monocytes fight off bacteria, virus, fungi, etc. The lymphocytes are of three types, that is B lymphocyte, T lymphocyte and natural killer cells. All these lymphocytes originate in bone marrow, but B lymphocyte will flourish there, mature there only, but T lymphocyte will move to the thymus and there it will mature. So, we can see in this way white blood cells fight against the infection, pathogens, etc. and provide us immunity. Third type of cell, that is thrombocyte or the platelets, which help in blood clotting because they have a specialized type of protein, that is known as fibrinogen. Blood is moving in the tube-like structure known as blood vessels. These are mainly of three types, that is arteries, veins and capillaries. The arteries and veins join together near the capillary, through the capillary. Arteries are thick and elastic wall. Its wall is elastic and the lumen is small, whereas veins has thin wall and that is why the lumen is large. They have valve, whereas in artery no valves are there. Capillaries are single cell wall because these are thin membranous structure and helps in the exchange of gases with the alveoli and other body tissues. Arteries and veins, capillaries, they are performing different types of activities. Like artery is responsible for carrying oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery, whereas veins carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary veins. And the main function of capillary is to exchange the gases.
After discussing the composition of blood, now we will discuss about the blood groups, different types of blood groups. Earlier it was not known that there are different types of blood groups. Before 1928, no one was knowing that there are different types of blood groups. They were knowing that blood is all alike in all the humans. Now, after discovery of this blood group by Landsteiner in 1928, then it was came to know. Now we know that there are four types of blood groups, that is A, AB, B and O. depending upon different types of genes, their alleles present in the human being. Now, blood groups is decided by, there are two types of proteins in all types of blood, antigen and antibody. Antigen is a type of protein which is present on RBC, whereas antibody present in the blood plasma. Now the antigen which is present will decide the type of blood. If the blood group is A, then antigen will be A, whereas in plasma the antibody will be B. Blood group B, then antigen will be B, and then opposite, that is A antibody will present in the blood plasma. If AB blood group is there, then only the antigens are present A and B in on the RBC, but in the plasma no antibody will be there. And if blood group is O, then no antigen is present on RBC, but in the plasma the antibodies are A and B. Now, one of the factor, but the type of protein present was first discovered in the rhesus monkey, and then it was seen that this factor, this protein is also present in a human being. But some of the human beings have no such type of factor or the Rh factor. That protein was now known as rhesus factor, Rh factor, depending upon, because it was earlier discovered in the rhesus monkey. So first two letters, that is Rh factor. If Rh factor is present in the human being's blood, then the person will be known as positive, and if not, it is negative. Suppose A positive, that means blood group A with Rh factor, A negative, that is blood group A without Rh factor. So in this way, there are again different types of blood group: A positive, A negative, AB positive, AB negative, O positive, O negative, B positive, B negative. So in this way, depending upon different types of antigens, antibody and Rh factor, there are 8 types of blood groups. Now, this is a disease, erythroblastosis fetalis, which we can see in some of the infants. If mother is Rh negative and father is Rh positive, in that case, during the first pregnancy, due to the exposure of this, because during the pregnancy, the Rh factor of the fetus will mix up with the mother's blood, and the mother's blood, which is negative, Rh negative, will start making the antibody of this Rh, and during the second pregnancy, it may occur, it may develop in the severe anemia, destroying our RBC in the next fetus during the development, that is during the second pregnancy, and that type of the fetus will be suffering from severe anemia, and that disease or disorder is known as erythroblastosis fetalis. Jaundice will be also there, so that will be very dangerous. For that, during the first pregnancy itself, some of the injections are given to the mother. If the mother is negative, AB negative, that is Rh factor is lacking, and father has the Rh factor in such cases. Now, coagulation of blood, that is clotting of blood. We know that when we are getting any cut, then blood is coming out. In that case, if regular bleeding, continuous bleeding will be there, then the person will not survive. So in that case, clotting is required, and nature has given us that facility, and we have already discussed earlier that fibrinogen is a type of protein which is present in the platelets, and that will help in the process of clotting. If it is going down, then the clotting becomes rare, that means clotting becomes disturbed. This fibrinogen is the inactive protein, which in presence of this enzyme thrombokinase, it will activated and converted into fibrin. For that, the enzyme thrombokinase will activate the prothrombin, and this prothrombin become activated into thrombin. In presence of this thrombin and calcium ion, the fibrinogen will convert into fibrin, and in this way this fibrin will help in the process of coagulation or blood clotting, and a mesh-like structure will be formed at that portion where the blood is coming out, and finally the blood clots and the blood will not come out. So in this way the coagulation occurs. Now we will start human circulatory system, in which we will study about different parts of this circulatory system, that is blood we have already discussed. Now we will discuss the different types of vessels, that is arteries, veins, their functions, and blood capillaries, and then we will start the parts of heart. Heart consists of, the heart is a pumping organ. Its location is in between the thoracic chamber, in between two lungs, tilted towards the left side. It has four chambers, that is two atrium and two ventricle. Upper portion is known as atrium and lower portion is known as ventricle, right, left, like that. So four chambers are there. The heart is surrounded by a membrane known as pericardium, and inside this pericardial fluid is present outside the heart, inside the pericardium, and that will protect the heart from any type of desiccation, any type of shock. Then now we will describe, we will study the heart structure through the diagram.
There are different types of blood groups. Before 1928, people are not knowing that there are different types of blood according to the presence of different types of protein, that is antibody, antigen, etc. Whereas now, after discovery of this blood group in 1928 by Landsteiner, the people came to know that there are mainly four types of blood groups, that is group A, B, AB and O, which is controlled by three types of alleles in the gene, that is A, B and I. Now the red blood cell type is there, and we can see these are the groups A, B, AB and O. The antibodies are present in the plasma, whereas antigens present on the RBC. When the antibody is B, their antigen will be A, and vice versa. And in case of AB blood group, the antigens are AB on the RBC, whereas the antibodies are absent in plasma. But in O blood group, the situation is opposite, that is antibody A and B are present in the plasma, whereas on RBC the antigens are totally absent. In this way, four types of blood group. On the basis of the presence of Rh factor, there are again 8 types of blood group, that is A plus, A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative and O positive, O negative. O blood group are known as the universal donor, whereas AB are known as universal recipients. These are the blood groups which can receive or give blood to these different types of blood groups. Erythroblastosis fetalis is a type of disorder or disease present in those child in which the mother is Rh negative, whereas father is Rh positive. During the first pregnancy, the antibodies of this Rh factor will enter into the fetus, which may mix up with the mother's blood, so that the maternal blood will start making the antibodies against that Rh factor. And during the second pregnancy, the production of IgG against Rh positive antigens on fetal RBCs, and that will enter into the placenta and attack the fetal RBC. That will result in the anemia as well as jaundice, and the survival of baby will be risky.